Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
Welcome to episode 432 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. This episode is called Recruiting Tip. You need to meet with your high school and club coaches. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is the world's longest-running athletic recruiting education podcast. I'm Brent Hanks, the host of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast and the owner and CEO of Recruit Me, LLC, and I'm thankful that you chose to listen in. Please like or follow the Athletic Scholarship Podcast on your favorite podcast app, or go to the recruit-me.com website to listen to all the past episodes. Episodes that cover myths about recruiting, the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship, official and unofficial visits, what to do each year of high school to get recruited, questions to ask coaches, and interviews with coaches, athletes, and parents. Email me, Brent, at recruit-me.com if you have any questions about recruiting or if you have a topic that I can cover. Today, I'm going to zero in on a desire of Recruit Me and its resources. A desire is to help you, the student athlete, to build a research list of colleges and college sports programs so that you can contact the college coaches at those research schools and let them know that you want to get recruited by them. You need to recruit colleges to recruit you. This episode will focus on how your club and your high school coaches can help you with this list that you have developed and researched. Please go back and listen to episode 346 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. That episode is called Who is Helping You Build Your Recruiting Team? The episode challenges the student athlete to build a team to help him or her get recruited. The key words are to help. The student athlete is still the key. Episode 346 guides you to surround yourself with helpers and advisors. Helpers like teammates, ex-teammates, current college players, recruiting services, skill trainers, high school teachers and counselors, opposing coaches, parents, other relatives, and the subject of today's relationship with high school and club coaches. None of these helpers or members of your team can solely get you recruited, but with their assistance, guidance, and advice, you will get results and get an opportunity to choose your right fit college opportunity. I have seen and heard of many high school and club coaches helping student athletes in their recruitment, but I have also seen and heard of many not helping. This episode is not to point fingers at coaches that may or may not help high school student athletes. It is to make sure that you understand that they may or may not help, and that you should ask them to help, and not just wait or depend on them to help. Here are our family's personal stories. As Parker, my older son, started high school, we didn't know if he would want to or to be able to compete in college. He was a good youth and junior high basketball and baseball player. Being left-handed, he was an outfielder and a pitcher in baseball. And as a family, as he entered high school, we were thinking that if he developed, that his play and his coaches would help him. Parker played at a large high school with a very competitive conference and high school schedule, and very successful coaches. He decided to play for the high school summer team that had a lot of talent. As Parker and a few of the other players on his team showed signs of being able to play in college, we realized that we, as a family, needed to play a little outside of the summer team. And Parker and a teammate got invited to a Team Missouri team that played in the Junior Sun Belt Tournament in McAlester, Oklahoma. The team played teams from other states, and they were in Oklahoma for a week. Both Parker and his teammate were only 2 of the 4 players on his team that had just finished their sophomore year of high school. The rest of the team were entering their senior year. That week is when Parker and his teammate both realized that they could compete at some level on a college team. From there, we started to educate ourselves on recruiting and on colleges. We still felt that his high school coaches would help to promote him to colleges, and that both his high school play and summer ball play would get him exposure to colleges. Parker went on to have a great junior high school year. He earned all-conference and the conference pitcher of the year with an 8-win, 0-loss record and with a .86 ERA. Plus, he tallied a 33 on his ACT testing score. A few local colleges watched him, and at the end of the season, Arkansas's recruiting coordinator and assistant coach came to watch him after Parker had sent some emails to them and some other colleges. One of the most helpful things for us was that a high school coach's brother was the pitching coach at a high-level NCAA Division II college in Texas. They arranged an official visit in Parker's fall of his junior year, and it was a great opportunity and an eye-opening experience, and it solidified that he could compete at a high level in college. This contact was very much appreciated and super helpful, but I didn't understand how to involve his high school coaches. I, as a parent, did not contact his high school coaches, but I encouraged Parker to sit down with them. He did not do that, because it was awkward for him. Listen to episode 272 on this subject. Parker and I continued to market him to colleges on his list that he had researched. Parker communicated with college coaches and invited them to watch him in the summer, and he sent updates with videos throughout the summer. Parker and the same teammate again played for a week for Team Missouri in Oklahoma, and the team won the championship, and Parker was named the pitcher of the tournament. He had 2 colleges watch him that week. No colleges that we know of came to any of his regular summer club games. Parker and some of his Team Missouri teammates decided to play in a showcase in Joliet, Illinois, south of Chicago, and Parker sent emails to 6 colleges up in that area. The Northwestern University pitching coach responded and came to watch Parker pitch, and we visited the campus the next day, and they offered Parker the next week, and Parker accepted. Parker pitched all 4 years at Northwestern University, and has graduated and is married and is now employed in Chicago. Our family learned a lot from Parker's experience in trying to find his right fit college. We learned to take charge of his contacting coaches and to do research on parameters and colleges on his list. We also learned that we should have pushed his involvement with coaches, which were his high school coaches, and not just hope that they would help. They may have helped or they may not have helped, but we, both Parker and I, should have pushed the subject. From Parker's journey, I started to put together ways to help families navigate the recruiting path, and I ended up purchasing the Recruit Me recruiting education business. Now, as Sutton, my younger son, started high school, we used his summer baseball season to do drive-thrus of college campuses as we traveled. Episode 206 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast covers drive-thrus. Sutton decided to play for a local club team instead of his high school summer team. Sutton's teams were at a competitive travel level. He wasn't yet sure if he wanted to pursue college baseball, though. The drive-thrus would benefit him even if he didn't decide to play baseball, by giving him a look at what colleges had to offer. COVID took his sophomore high school spring season, but luckily Sutton's travel team still got to travel and play at a very competitive level for that summer. Sutton still did not know that if he wanted to play in college, and COVID had taken any presence of college coaches away for those summer tournaments. Parker and Sutton's high school coach retired, and a new coach entered Sutton's high school junior year. Again, our high school is very competitive, and Sutton played most games of his junior year on the JV schedule, and because of his speed, he traveled with the varsity, and he got 1 at-bat on the varsity level. Again, his college playing ambitions were still stale, but we collected videos, and he kept up with his grades and his ACT testing and built a parameters list of his likes and dislikes and his wants and needs for his possible future college, with or without baseball. Sutton moved to a team within the club that had all but 2 players that had graduated from high school, and all of them were going on to play at a JUCO or an NAIA or Division II or Division III college. The schedule was played against similar teams and players. Sutton caught fire in the 3rd tournament and hit over 400 for the year, showing off his 6'5", 60 speed, and was solid in the outfield defensively. About halfway through the season, he started talking about competing at the college level. We started to build a college school list off his parameters worksheet and did research on colleges and their baseball programs. Sutton built a list of 15 colleges in the NCAA Division II and Division III levels and in the NAIA level. We then met with 2 of his club coaches and showed them his college school list. Their input was very helpful, and they verified that Sutton was looking at schools that he could play for, and they helped to add and subtract some colleges on his list. We were able to use their expertise and their history with college programs to adjust Sutton's list. They knew a few of the programs on the list were having some problems, and some with financial issues at the institution. They had a couple colleges on Sutton's list that had some past club players and had had a bad experience. The coaches also suggested 2 additional colleges for us to research. Sutton sent an introductory email, his player profile with videos, and his recruiting questionnaire to his revised list of colleges. 2 of the colleges invited Sutton to on-campus prospect camps, and he attended both of those and was offered a spot on the team with scholarship money to be talked about later. With a phone call from his club coaches, he was invited to an unofficial visit to one of the schools that they had helped to add to his college school list. Sutton made arrangements to visit, and after meeting with the college coaches, meeting with the administration office, along with a campus tour and lunch with 2 of the current players, Sutton liked this college situation the best. A few days later, an offer was made, and Sutton committed to Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri, where he is currently a junior in school and on the baseball team. One of mine and RecruitMe's goals for potential college student athletes is to build and research a list of potential colleges and then meet with either or both your high school and your club coaches to review and analyze your college list. Your coaches, if they will sit down with you, can help you by giving their opinion on your level of play now and in the future, their opinion on colleges they are familiar with, and their opinion on how to contact coaches and get on their radar. I use the word opinion because their information is just a piece of what you need to take into consideration for your situation. Part of the goal is to have coaches encourage players to develop their college list, and then have a sit-down to review and discuss the player's list and to adjust it, and to help contact college coaches to, again, get on the coach's radar. So the message from this episode is both for the potential student athlete and for the high school and club coaches to get together, whether the potential student athlete or the coach initiates the meeting. My recruiting education dream is that every player does research and builds a college list. Then they meet with coaches to get advice and use the coach's expertise to find a right fit college choice. This exercise can be done and benefit even if the player doesn't want to play their sport in college. A side note, don't forget about being a manager of a college team if you don't want to play, but still want to be involved. I was a basketball manager for a Division I college and benefited greatly from it. Please visit the recruit-me.com website to take advantage of all the free materials and then get access to the RecruitMe 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System for only $39. Invest $39 and save hundreds over a recruiting service that might be just charging you to do items that you can do for yourself. Plus, coaches want to hear from you, the student athlete, not a service. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another 15 minutes that will change your athletic scholarship future.